Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You find me here today in the Crispin Centre here in Street, where there is an event going on organised by Amy from the Eco-Friendly shop, which is over there, and it's called Sustainable Street. And the idea is to highlight all the sustainable things that are going on all around us and to let people know what they can do. So we're going to talk to Amy, we're going to have a little wander around, and we're going to talk to the stall holders. And also the centre we stood in, the Crispin Centre, is about to be demolished. They're going to pull this place down and they are going to put an old people's home in its place. We'll have a little chat about that later, but for now, let's go find Amy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Larry Leventhal. I remembered. Now, as you know on the channel, we do like to highlight skills that are going out of practice, and we have one today. Now, I thought I was brought here under false pretenses because Amy said we're going down to see somebody talk about cider. So I thought we'll go down and talk about cider, you know me. But actually, no, we're talking about a cider. Larry, size, don't you?
Southwest seasonal cider.
Absolutely. How did you become a cider? What was the interest in that?
The real starting point was going woofing.
Woofing?
Working for accommodation, volunteering.
Woofing, please explain woofing. It's not like meowing, is it?
It's not like meowing or dogging.
Or dogging. No. I don't go dogging, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a dogging channel.
Worldwide opportunities on organic farms. Woof. And there's Woof UK. And there's woof hosts all around the country, small farms or communities. You go for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you work in exchange for accommodation and food.
Fantastic. And you train people to use these things safely, don't you?
So yeah, when I ended up living at Monkton Wild Court and learning how to scythe, and it's now my business. So yeah, I do teaching, generally one-on-one or one-on-two. The most I've taught is 4 people. I taught last year at the Green Side Fair. I opted not to teach this year, but doesn't mean I won't in the future.
Because the cider was in the cider tent. I like that.
There was more cider at the ciders this year.
I'm looking at this fascinating tool you have. Now this is obviously manufactured, but the handle looks like it's just a piece of wood. They don't, it's not like, it doesn't look manufactured.
No, this is manufactured as well. This is your Austrian snap.
That's the shaft is called a snap.
It's called a snap with the hand grips.
Right.
The other style that you'd see is the thicker wooden or aluminium, but the thicker wooden curved that has got different handles that can go anywhere. And that is the older style. There's actually some debate on what it should be called, but it's basically Anglo-American because it was at a time when America had timber and Britain had steel.
Ah, yes.
So when people tend to have found an old style scythe in their garage or something, and ideally they'd like to be using it. You see some in fair condition, but I've learned that there's many different styles of snap and blade, and so the ways of affixing it can be a bit troublesome. At the moment, it can be difficult to get replacement parts. That's one reason why I would recommend someone to go for this Austrian style snap. More and more you see handmade snaps. That people have got a hazel pole or an ash branch that's a good shape, but that just might last them a year or two.
Well, Larry, thank you. Look, Larry's about to give a talk, so I'm going to clear off now and let him do what he's going to do. But we are going to come and see you because I'm sure you out there, I really want to see this in action. I want to see how it's done because my back garden could do with an hour with one of these. I tell you, it's like up to here. So Larry, thank you so much, and I'm going to be in touch and we'll come and see you and you can show us how this all works and give us a bit of history because I'd love to hear about it. Thank you. There you go, ladies and gentlemen, something you don't see every day. A cider, not a cider, a cider. Let's go and walk around and see who's here. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at something very dear to my own heart, Somerset Wildlife Trust, and I'm here with Martin. Hey Martin, how you doing?
How do you do?
So, how's it going today? Have you got lots of people come to talk to you?
Not as many as I would like. That's the way it is. Yeah.
That's the rain. Yeah. I think you guys do an amazing job, and your Somerset Wildlife magazine is superb, by the way. I read it. all the time. I do, yes.
I remember them as well.
I'm not a member, but somebody I know is, and they lend me theirs when they've read them. Just, oh, cheeky, but hey, that's sustainable, isn't it? 2 people reading it. What's the late? I mean, you've got many big projects on at the moment. You can tell people about.
Project-wise, I suppose Pine Martin reintroduction across Exmouth and Dartmoor. And in fact, Wildcat reintroduction as well.
That would be good. I like
And
cats. As you
they're
know.
small cats though.
Yeah.
They're not.
No, push,
they're not
push,
lynx
push,
or
push,
anything
push,
like
No.
that.
Because there was a British indigenous wild cat, wasn't there?
Yes, like the Scottish wildcat.
Yeah, snarly, hissy little thing, like a little
So
fur exocets.
yeah, so they're not like lynx or anything like that.
No.
Small.
They are small. It's like a domestic cat.
Is with reintroducing those is like keeping the bloodline pure, not letting them breed with feral cats.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not an expert on that.
No. Cats are experts in that. We don't get involved.
Well, I'm not on the reintroduction project, so
I got you.
that's not my area.
Well, that's fantastic. I'm going to get off because we've got a load of people to go and see. I just wanted to give people a brief overview of what's here. And if they want to get involved, it's Somerset Wildlife Trust, and you're at somersetwildlife.org.
Street, you've got some fabulous reserves on the East Polton Hills.
Yes.
Which you can walk the East Polton Hills. The path is marked by the large blue butterfly, which was reintroduced there. It was extinct in 1979, and we brought it back in 1991.
I saw one the other day.
You did?
In Glastonbury. It was. I was filming Kim Coles. She watched to build a pump track on the park. As you go past the red brick building, that park on the right, and we walked through, and nobody goes in there, so it's pretty undisturbed. And there were all sorts, and I saw this blue butterfly, and I said, "What's that?" She said, "I don't know. I've just seen it. It's on the wall over there. We've got these blue ones in Glastonbury, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic." So there's plenty of places. You've got Ham Wall and all that around here as well, haven't you?
Ham Wall is one here, but we've got 10 reserves in that same Avalon Marsh area. And we've got a new one, which is in the middle, Honeygar Farm, which acts as a stepping stone between all of them. So, I mean, we now really... So, conservation started with preserving species where they were, but then it moved on to thinking, well, habitat is important, otherwise that species wouldn't be there. And now we look at it more on a landscape basis, because 68 isolated gene pools aren't going to make it on their own.
No.
So we have to work with other people, really. We can't do it all by ourselves.
And can people volunteer?
They can.
And again, the website is the best place to do that. So, okay. So that's Somerset Wildlife, all one word, .org. If you want to get involved with any of this, and it's brilliant stuff. And then we're lucky around here, we've got these reserves. Some people have to go miles to look at this stuff. So if you are in Glastonbury, it's a
Somerset Wildlife Trust.
Yes. If you're in Glastonbury, Somerset Wildlife Trust, there's loads of stuff within walking distance of the town. Get out there and enjoy it. Thank you very much, Martin.
All right. All the best.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, now for something really interesting, and I'm learning today. Did you know you can make beads from paper? Neither did I. This lady, Sue, is going to tell us all about it, aren't you, Sue? Right. So,
I unfortunately didn't invent this. This was a Victorian craft. Victorian ladies would meet in their drawing rooms, sit and make beads from newspapers and wallpaper, which were obviously an expensive commodity. They'd glaze them in a beeswax, an actual beeswax, and string them on yarns and hang them on the yarns, put them in the doorways for beaded curtains. And they're so versatile, they're light and tactile and warm, and you can make all manner of everything about them. So,
well, good gracious me. And now you've adapted that from more of a domestic thing into jewellery.
yeah, more up-to-date things. You can make all sorts of manner of colours, go from traditional type necklaces like this.
That's beautiful. You wouldn't think that's made of paper. Now, without giving too much away, Sue, what's the process? Is it like a papier? I'm imagining it's a papier-mâché kind of thing.
Not at all. It's the way you cut strips of paper, and the colours in there are actually the colour of the papers that you're using. So there's no papier-mâché, no pulps or anything like that.
But it's rock hard. How do you make it go rock hard?
Because it's glued from the inside with a PVA glue.
Right.
And outside I put 2 coats of a triple thick glaze on, which gives them that shine.
Oh. So you literally glue to start, wind it up, and then cover it in like a glaze. Right, now we're not going to ask any more, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't want you going off and doing it. We want you to go and see the lovely Sue at paperbeads.co and get yours from there. Sue, that is fascinating, thank you, and this stuff looks absolutely lovely.
Thank you for your time.
We've walked into the car park because I want to show you an organisation which should be in every town. I think these guys are fantastic and they're doing brilliant work. We've all got laptops. We've all got mobile phones. There's thousands of millions made every year. Lots of them end up in landfill. They're a problem to get rid of. But a lot of them have got life left in them. And these guys at Fixie, you give them your kit, they take it, they strip it of all data, and then they give it to people who can use it and will appreciate it and really love that equipment. How good is that? I think it's a brilliant idea, so I want to go and talk to these people so they can tell us all about it and how you can get involved. Here I am with Beth, who's going to tell us a little bit about Fixie and Donate IT, not donate it, Donate IT, and how it all works and the good they're doing with all this equipment. Hi Beth.
Hi.
How you doing?
All right.
Good. So you basically, if say I've got an old laptop, I don't want it anymore, I don't put it in the recycling bin, I don't take it to the recycling centre, I come and see you and tell you I've got a laptop, you take that laptop away, give it to Donate IT, they do things with it to get rid of any information about me, basically create a new laptop, and then that will go to somebody who needs a laptop for whatever reason.
Yeah, so the company that we're working with is Donate IT. It's a community interest company. The data compliance, so people are worried about their data on a lot of these devices. They want to make sure that if they give it away for reuse, that data is gone, so to protect their identity and so on. Yeah. So we work with Donate IT because they have the knowledge on how to do that and can actually data wipe it. We are acting like a mobile collection point. Donate IT also have static collection points. There is a link on the council website, somerset.gov.uk/Fixie, and on that page you'll find out where the van will be and also where there's a link to Donate IT as well for those fixed collection points. So if you've got any old digital tech that's like old laptops, mobile phones, can be tablets, games consoles, things with data typically, so not things like printers or faxes, but things that tend to have people's personal data on it. Those are the kinds of things that we want, ideally with adapters, chargers, and again we will take the random adapters and chargers that you can't remember what they're for anymore, because we'll try and mix and match them up with those that have been taken. But there's a full list on the website of the types of items that are taken. They get passed on to Donate IT. They will reuse what they can. Anything that can't be reused, they will recycle, and it's all treated securely. The main thing is to make sure that your device doesn't have a pin lock number on it anymore, and that you take it off any account like an iCloud account, so that we can then access that device and they know that it no longer belongs to you. You have donated it for reuse. Otherwise, it will have to go for recycling.
Do you, bearing in mind some people aren't that confident with equipment, do you have information on your site on how they can do this before it comes to you?
There's a link on Donate IT's website, and from there there's another link on guides on how to do the sort of to get it off your iCloud account and so on. But actually it's a lot more straightforward than people might actually think.
Yeah, it is.
And some of the really old stuff probably doesn't even have
need it.
that.
No.
So.
iPhones can be a pain in the arse and that sort of thing, but other than that. Well, that's brilliant. I tell you what, this lady was nervous about coming on. She's the best one yet. I mean, I could just stand here and say nothing. It's fantastic. So anybody wanting to do it, contact you.
Yeah,
And
so
the
if they
web
go
address is
somerset.gov.uk/fixie. On there, it's the council website, but we've got links of where the Fixie van will be, and also there's a link to donate IT on there. And on the council's webpage, on the waste section, so again, if you go to somerset.gov.uk/waste, there's lots of other stuff about reuse and repair, including the fantastic community groups that are nothing to do with us, but they're brilliant. Please check them out. There's a link for Somerset's repair network on there. Check them out.
top right hand corner. There's a little card linking to the video I did about Glastonbury's Repair Cafe.
Yeah, and there's many more around the county. So wherever you are in the county, check it out. There's a local group near you. If not, and you want to get one started, drop us a line. We can again try and help you, signpost you to resources that are available, and they're always looking for volunteers. You don't need to necessarily have repair skills. You can help meeting and greeting, helping them promote themselves, and just generally getting the word out there, making teas, and
Driving a brand new
all
van.
sorts of things. So if you want to help any of the community repair groups as well, please do get in touch with them. They'd love to hear from you.
Because this is a problem that's only going to get bigger, ladies and gentlemen, because every day they are selling thousands and thousands and thousands of these bits of kit, and they don't last long. They've got to go somewhere. It's not a problem that's going to go away, and these guys are doing a cracking job at just eating away at some of it. If we can get all of it recycled like this, it'd be brilliant. So thank you very much. But before I go, I'd like to give you everybody an opportunity to scan this code here, and you can win a laptop. So pause the video and scan the code. There you go. Who says we don't give you a chance to go away with something? Thank you, Beth. You're a star.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Plotgate, who we've spoken to before at a previous event Amy has run, and she enjoyed it so much that Amy Mark II has come back to talk to us again. Hello, Amy.
Hi, Gabriel.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
As always, your produce looks absolutely gorgeous. How are things out at Plotgate?
Yeah, it's good. We're in the middle of the summer season, so there's loads of veg coming out the fields. Yep, all good, all good.
We need to come out and visit you, actually. We need to come out and visit you because we're visiting local businesses and showcasing them. And you're local and you're a business, and I love what you do. And you're doing beautiful, look at this, ladies and gentlemen, Shetland yarn. Now, how many places around here can you go and buy Shetland yarn? This has got to be the only one, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a single origin flock, so it's all from our sheep, and it's pure Shetland yarn, processed at a mill in Launceston, and then we sell it by the 100 gram or by the cone. I've got a beautiful jumper that somebody knitted for me from it. Yeah, it's a very unique thing.
It is. It's beautiful, and these colours are really, really nice. I love this brown. So tell me, the dye used is?
No, they're not dyed. They're all natural colours. This is the colour of the sheep, so there's no dyes used. It's all just natural tones.
Natural tones. Wow. And there's a flock of these guys out at Barton St David. Look, that's where they are, which is just so happens to be where the wonderful Plotgate is. Now we're going to go out and visit those guys very soon. But for now, Amy's got customers. We're going to leave her to it. Thank you for talking to us, and we'll come out and see you. Bye bye. Now, everybody likes to meet an author, don't they? Well, here's one right here. Hello there, how are you?
Oh, very well, thank you.
Excellent. Now, these books are excellent, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you that I've read one of them because I was gifted it, and I have read one. And these are really interesting books, and Elizabeth's going to tell us all about them, aren't you?
I am, yes.
Good.
This is the Handbook of Practical Resilience. This is the next step from activism.
Right.
It's not quite as glamorous or exciting, and you probably won't get arrested.
You don't have to wear an orange jacket and stand in the road.
No, you don't. What you have to do is small actions every single day. And in the book's arranged in chapters covering all those subjects in the resilience wheel.
Yes.
This is the wheel that you have to
Follow.
move forward with. And at the end of each chapter, there's your resilience plan. Now there's 10 actions for each chapter. Some of them are easy, some of them you're probably doing already. If you're doing all of them already, you're doing very well.
You've got wings and a halo.
Exactly so. And the other thing that we thought of when we were designing this book is that there's no way of assessing how sustainable you are. Now, sustainability and resilience are very nearly the same thing. Not quite, but for practical purposes.
And explain the difference, please, for people who don't know watching this.
Well, sustainability is how you survive as a whole, as a collective, as a species in the long term. Resilience is what you do in a sudden emergency. When there's an immediate paradigm shift and you have to come back. For example, suppose your house is utterly destroyed by a flood. Your resilience is firstly concerned with actually surviving that with as much of your possessions as you can possibly carry to
And sustainability would be not building
like
a new one out of
your
plastic.
spare pair of glasses, your
Yeah.
prescription medicines, some exchangeable currency, and in the longer term, resilience would bring you to a new place to live. Sustainability is what you do every day when that isn't happening.
Yeah.
They're all based on understanding the resources that you're using, understanding how to maintain and create those resources, living with other people, and where resilience diverges from sustainability is very much in this quadrant, the emergency planning. But you need an emergency plan. For example, the pandemic hit just as we'd managed to eliminate plastic straws from everyday life.
Yes.
Immediately, the quantity of plastic that we saved in straws was buried under billions of tons of disposable masks.
And don't forget the testing kits.
And testing kits. Yes, this was all, as soon as there was an emergency, sustainability was
Goes
thrown
out the window.
Now, that's really not good enough.
I think a lot of these people are paying lip service to greenery, aren't they, as I call it?
Well,
They're saying the words but not doing the walk.
And as soon as there's the least bit of panic involved, straight out the window.
Yeah.
And that's because you let them get away with it, because you're not paying attention to what you would do in an emergency. If everyone had gone, hey, we're actually prepared for this, we've got all our masks and our hand sanitizer and our antiviral medicines, so you guys just butt out, we'll do what we need to do. And local strategies, that's your local council, your parish council, they all have emergency plans. You ought to know what they are and how you can help, because getting involved is the best way of keeping control over what's happening.
Absolutely. Well, that's fascinating. Thank you very much for explaining all of that to us. If you want to get this book, I know it's for sale here in Amy's shop at the moment, isn't it?
It is,
And
yeah.
is there a website?
You can buy it through the publishers.
Okay.
New Generation Publishing.
If you want to pause the video, ladies and gentlemen, there's where you can get this book from. So thank you for talking to us. We've got to move on because there's lots of people we've got to go and speak to, but keep up the good work, and I hope you sell loads of these books. Have you done today, all right?
Yeah, not bad.
Good.
Been a lot of interest, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for talking to us. We'll talk to you again next time.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, bit of a different subject, this one. Burials and alternative green burials. Now, I'm here to talk to Karen. I'm here to talk to Karen, who's going to tell us all about a CIC she's trying to set up to give people some different options, aren't you, Karen?
Yes, I am. Right, I'm Karen Chard artist, but we're just setting up a CIC called Die For, and what we would like to do is bring death into the consciousness of people and make it a lot more do-it-yourself and much more awareness and a lot more low impact. So what we would like to do is acquire some land somehow. We don't know how we're going to do that bit yet, but we want to create like a live-work full funeral service which will involve tree planting of a memorial woodland, natural burial meadow, and every aspect you can think of, maybe end of life care if we can get it, and make shrouds and coffins on the site.
And
Any
would that have to
aspect.
be consecrated land, or?
We would have to register it and get planning permission for it and do it all properly. But initially, I think we would start with we want to grow our own trees as well. We want to do native trees and create a memorial woodland. So that's where we would like to start.
Sounds
and
like a
then,
nice idea.
obviously, once we've got planning permission, because you have to do a lot of surveys and that kind of thing before you could get permission to do a burial ground.
Dear council, I want to make a burial ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not one thing you get asked every day, is it?
So that's our ultimate goal.
Yeah.
But I mean, we may end up just doing little pockets of memorial woodlands for a little while. We don't know how it's going to go yet. It's an idea stage, and we're just, as I say, we're just registering with the community. What's it called? Company's house.
Company's house.
So it's all just at beginning stages. But
Now, I'm looking here, I'm presuming what are urns for ashes?
Yeah,
They're
I-
beautiful.
yeah, I did these when I went to college and did a degree a few years ago, and I got really into clay, and I started there, but cremations aren't as ethical, and green burials are much more so. So that's when I turned into the looking at shrouds. But again, it's still all ideas at the moment. These are just like prototypes of. I've had my photographs printed onto organic cotton,
Yes.
and then a lot of people still aren't ready to talk about death or.
No. So you don't use a box, you don't even use a wicker basket, you wrap them in a cloth.
Yeah. I mean, I would hope that our services will include maybe willow coffins and that kind of thing as well. We're not fixed on any one thing.
No.
We also want to bring it in so that people can afford their own funerals, that if they want to be involved in their own funerals, they do as much as they want or as little as they want themselves.
People are involved, but they don't tend to remember much of it.
No, I mean, we'd like to get get our own grave diggers, proper hand grave diggers, and if people want to do that themselves, we'd like to be able to offer that you can do it yourself, or we do it
Wow.
for you. We'll plant the tree, or you can plant the tree.
That's nice, so you can get as involved as you like.
Yeah,
What a good
yeah.
idea.
And
Well, I
I-
really hope this works.
Yeah, it's been an idea for a very long time.
Is there any way people can get in touch now, or anything they can do to help, or?
Yeah, my details, Karen Chard, work at yahoo.co.uk. Also, I'm here today just to get it out there for people to see, start thinking about it.
Well, thank you for talking to us about this. It's fascinating, and I'm sure people out there who maybe not thought about this, there are alternatives to the undertakers, and this is that alternative. Let's hope it gets going. But for now, Karen, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we all use skincare, some of us more than others, I'd like to point out. But Sam here has a company, and they're based over near Yeovil, which is local to us, and they are doing ethical skin products, for want of a better term. Now, would you like to explain to the lovely ladies and gentlemen at the other end of that lens exactly what ethical means, how you do it, and how they can get in touch with you to get hold of some?
Yeah, cool. So Mumanu is a skincare and wellness brand. All of our products are certified organic with Soil Association. Also contains certified fair trade ingredients, and almost all of our products are entirely plastic free. The miniature set has the aluminium tins in there, which has a plastic lining. And that's it. Everything that you see here is plastic free, in responsibly sourced packaging. Yeah, they all contain shea butter and cocoa butter, so the skin will just feel gorgeous and lovely, and you feel good about what you're doing in the world.
Wonderful. Maybe I should get some of this, ladies and gentlemen, and shea butter myself up. What do you think? So it's Mumanu. Mumanu, meaning?
Mum as in mother, and Anu as in Celtic fertility goddess. So I put them together.
I like what you've done there. I like what you've done. And to get hold of this stuff, how do they
so
contact you?
Sell online.
You online?
Mumanu.com.
Mumanu.com.
Amazon. We're on Superdrug on their website.
Oh, really?
As well as Amnesty Shop and Ethical Superstore.
Oh, it's good to see some of the bigger ones picking up on this as well, isn't it? And they're not just paying green lip service, they're actually doing it. That's brilliant. Well, more power to you. Thank you for talking.
Thank you for chatting.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. It can be done. So why don't the big companies do it? Ring them up and ask them. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to point out that this man here is the wonderful ex-mayor of Glastonbury. How are you doing, John?
Oh, hi, Gabriel. How are you? Well,
Lovely to see you. I've not seen you for a while.
well, you know, I've been taking full advantage of not being mayor.
I would.
So it's like getting your life back. But hey, what a wonderful thing this is. It's a street.
Brilliant. It's brilliant. Sadly, they're going to take the building we're stood in
Who would
now.
believe that it's July and I'm wearing a raincoat like this? And
I know.
there we go.
Yes, because the lovely Amy's shop is going to disappear soon, isn't it?
Now that is not something I knew.
Did you know they're pulling this down?
No, I didn't know.
Pulling this down, I think she goes in September. This has
Goodness
been
me.
demolished and turned into an old people's home.
Really?
Yeah, watch the rest of this video, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to be talking about that.
Well, that's news.
Yes, it is
Amazing.
news. I only found out from the Glastonbury Nub the other day. So I thought, oh, I'll have a chat with people while I'm about
Well,
it down
I must pay more attention to the press.
I've not seen it in the paper press, I've only seen it online.
Goodness
But
me.
yeah, I mean,
Well, that's a big change for streets, isn't it?
isn't it? 79 they built this,
It looks like they built it in 1979.
and it looks like they haven't really maintained it since 1979. Which I think
wow.
half the problem was the original owners didn't want people leaving Clark's Village, did they, to come over here.
Right.
I
Oh,
think,
well, that's news. But anyways, back to sustainable streets.
yes.
So this is great. I'm just about to pop in to see Amy, so that's news. I didn't know. There we are.
We'll tell you all about it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go to the eco-friendly shop and you've never been before,
Now's your
make
chance.
time, get there.
Yes.
It's very good. Everything you need is in there to be sustainable in your life, and for a limited time only.
Yes, absolutely. Don't be late. Get down there soon. And for now, I'm going to say goodbye to the wonderful
Okay.
John Cullen. I do miss interviewing you, John.
If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the button below, subscribe to Glastonbury Gabriel, and well, good luck with the video.
Thank you.
I'll see it online later.
Hang on, just get that fiver out now. Cheers, John. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, I've just met a lady called Beth, and I want you to stand up in front of your screens and give this lady a huge round of applause, because everything you see here in front of you was going to landfill. Can you believe this was going to go to landfill? But Beth thought, no, it ain't going there. I'm going to do something with it, haven't you? And you have.
Yeah.
Look at this, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that came from a skip.
That came from a skip.
I don't tell the customers that.
No. Haute couture from a skip. I like that. That would be good. Skip haute couture. That'd be a good name. That's what it is, isn't it? Really? So all of these things that I'm looking at here.
Well, I must confess, some of it are things that were mine because I'm a bit of a clothes addict. So, you know, some of them are things of mine. But yeah, they're end of lines and things that charity shops were going to bag up and throw away. The problem with charity shops at the moment is they're getting too many donations and they're turning stuff away at the door and they don't even know what's in the bag. And sometimes
What do they do with stuff? Because I know they rotate it sort of 3 weekly. Then what happens?
So
to
now
it?
it's got so bad that I was at a shop in Bridgewater the other day and they had a sign on the door saying we're not taking any
I've
plates.
seen a few like that.
And people were just going to take them to. I asked a few people were taking them to the dump. You know, and the shops aren't even seeing what the contents are. Some of these clothes are still got labels on, you know.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's good for everybody because it's good for the environment. Other people are getting a chance to wear the things that they might not have. It's a cheap option to buy clothes, and also they're being loved again, aren't they?
They
Not
are.
deserted.
Now I've got to ask a question, and this is probably where I'm going to get myself into trouble here. I'm a
Okay.
bloke. Okay. I
Okay.
see loads of ladies' clothes here. Now, most blokes, well, I talk about myself here most, I'll say most
Yeah.
bloke, they wear clothes till they're threadbare and they're not worth rescuing from a tip.
Exactly.
Is that what's going on here?
Kind of. I do have some gentlemen's clothes, but I just chose not to bring them today. I got kind of a smaller stall
Yeah,
today.
you've only got so much
but
space.
sometimes it depends where my stall is. If yeah, this was a bit of a kind of last minute almost. So I've just bought some ladies' things today, a bit lighter to carry as well.
Yeah.
But I do stock men's, but yes, you're right. You know, sometimes there's not so much men's because you do wear them out.
We wear them out. It's
Which
a
is
bloke.
good,
It's a
which is
bloke
great.
thing, you know.
Wish
And
I
all
did,
my
but-
clothes, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you, I dress out of charity shops because
Same.
it used to be cheaper. Now it's cheaper to go to Primark than to most charity shops, but it used to be cheaper. But at least you're recycling. It's a form of recycling
Yeah,
and giving stuff
definitely.
another life, isn't it? There would have been otherwise
Yeah.
given away or thrown away. Well, that's absolutely brilliant. I am fascinated. And look at these shoes, ladies and gentlemen.
I know.
Tons of wear left in them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
brand new these are.
Good
Yeah.
gracious me. Because a lot of people, they buy 2 or 3 pairs and then, that pair
Well,
fits.
you know what us ladies are like for our
Well,
shoes.
yeah. And I suppose this is the other way of doing it, is they buy stuff, wear it on Friday, Saturday night, and then take it
Yeah.
back on, it doesn't fit.
Yeah. I'm not guilty of that one, I'm afraid.
So as far as you know, the charity shops, they send this off to be recycled. And I know they used to send it off to like relief agencies and stuff for that.
I think they still do the rags where you get the bags weighed, but
Yes.
they haven't got the. I don't know whether it's come from the lockdowns and things, and people having to clear out when lockdown was over because the charity shops were closed. I think that might be still having ripple effects from that, and they just physically haven't got the manpower to process the clothes because they all have to be checked, sized, priced and steamed before they can go out, and they haven't got the volunteers.
No.
They just haven't. So sadly, they're just turning, and all these clothes are being made homeless.
So if people want to give this wonderful clothing a new home, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, that's the thing. I have a full-time job. I'm a health connector for health connectors in Mendip. So this is kind of my hobby because I love clothes so much, and I think it's just really sad that clothes just can get thrown away. So I do occasional sales, but soon be setting up a Facebook page as well.
Okay.
And we're called Behave Clothing.
Behave. Wow.
Because I'm Beth and my partner's Dave.
Dave,
So
I've got to
Behave.
say, ran away the minute he
Yes,
saw a
he
camera. He
did.
says the brains of the operation will
he's-
talk to
yeah,
you.
he likes me being centre stage.
Absolutely. Well, look, I tell you what, when you do get something
Yeah.
more, get in touch
Yeah,
through
okay.
Glastonbury Gabriel, and we'll come and do a little bit of a video. 'Cause
Lovely.
I think this is so important.
you, yeah.
I'm looking at these prices; they're not an awful lot more than charity shop prices.
No,
of course, you've
yeah,
done all
I
the
mean,
work to prepare them.
Yeah, it's a lot of it is really good brands, Bowden and
But not-
Joe Brown's. things
Not
like
only that, I mean, sometimes these come out skip. They've got builders
Yeah.
stuff, and you clean them,
Yeah.
you repair them, and you make.
I've
them...
got a steamer now as well, so I've got
Oh,
a steamer.
you stand
I've
there.
got a card machine.
Oh,
I've got it all.
fantastic!
Music, we've got it all. Got
Well,
it
as
all.
soon as these guys are out and about, ladies and gentlemen, Glastonbury Gabriel, the YouTube channel, will let you know, and we'll go back and see them again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye then. Thanks.
This has been brilliant. I've learnt a lot today. I've seen stuff that I didn't know existed. Ladies and gentlemen, we've all heard of solar panels. We're all being encouraged to get them. Here's a man who'll put them up for you. Sunlit Solar, your name
Sunlit
is?
Solar, yeah, been installing for 17 years in the locality.
So, Mike, you've been putting these things up for 17 years. Are you
Yeah.
seeing more people go for them? Is it becoming more?
Yeah, so 2010 was the erection of the feed-in tariff.
Yes.
We now see the smart export guarantee, the price hike of electricity in the last, over the last 2 years really. We're now the busiest we've ever been.
Because of the
ever.
price hikes in power, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, because gas is linked to the cost.
Gas is
Electricity
linked
is
to the
cost of
cost of
electricity.
electricity.
Which is crazy.
It is mad when you think actually in this country we shouldn't be paying any more for electricity.
No.
Electricity is
Our gas stations are emergency kick-ins, aren't they? They're not full
yes.
speed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very wrong.
Very wrong. Very wrong.
Some solar panels fitted, and you can secure your energy needs.
What I mean, with the way prices are going now, obviously the payback of these is going to be quicker, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. So we usually forecast, and this was historical as well. So back in 2010, we would have forecasted maybe like an 8-year return on investment. It's now about 5, and that we see that being expedited with the point of electricity. So
Yeah.
The return is very good.
I just want to point out, ladies and gentlemen, this man goes prepared to put in solar panels wherever he goes. There you go. If you want a solar panel put up, he can do it right now. He's carrying the tools.
Come and see us.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Good luck. This has been brilliant. I've learned a lot today. I've seen stuff that I didn't know existed, and I thought the sheds was brilliant. And don't forget, if you've got any old computers and bits and bobs, those guys out there, they'll recycle them for you. But before I go, I just want to talk about the building we're in, because I found out yesterday that the building we stood in is going to be demolished. In fact, Amy, who I used to work for until last year, is actually closing her shop in September. So this will be gone and turned into an old folks home. Maybe I should move in, who knows? But that's rather sad. And it's another nail in the coffin of High Street, which has got lots of empty shops in it at the moment. And now this is going. I think it's very sad. Obviously, the old folks need to have somewhere to live, but could they not have done something else rather than just knock it down? I know maintenance has been an issue here, and there's lots of bits and pieces where it could have been looked after a bit better. But it's very sad, ladies and gentlemen. The Crispin Centre is going to now be demolished. Very sad indeed. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, you've seen all the stalls, you've seen the wonderful stuff going on here. Here's the lady behind the organisation that set it all up. Amy, you've seen before, my ex-boss. How you doing?
Not doing too bad.
Good. How was today?
It was alright.
It was good, wasn't it? There was some interesting stuff going on here, I thought.
There was. It was a little quieter for some of the talks than I would.
I'm working, make sure you don't.
But then the people that did attend felt like the talks were just for them.
Well, I've learnt a load today that I didn't know when I came out this morning. It's incredible. I've learnt so much. I didn't know you could make beads out of paper that look that good.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Oh, they're amazing, the paper beads. Victorian ladies invented that apparently. They used to make bead curtains and stuff.
I used to have you buy the little kit and you can, yeah.
And it's not even papier-mâché. Apparently they glue it and then wind it all up and then glaze it and it goes hard. Fascinating.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a really good way of reusing it. Turning it into something beautiful.
Absolutely. And I mean, the lady out there who collects all the clothes and saves them from the great landfill. I mean, how? Why?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And I've spoke to a lady, I spoke to Karen Chard earlier on, who wants to do that's brilliant, the alternative graves. It's not every day you see somebody who wants to do that, is it? So this has been a really interesting collection of stalls and showing the sustainability that is going on in the area.
It's lots more that I wanted to invite but never got round to, and there was quite a few that ended up pulling out in the last few days because of illness or staff or volunteers.
There is an elephant in the room and we need to talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, as I've alluded to before in the video, the building that we're sat in will not be here very soon because they've decided to turn it, or demolish it and turn it into an old people's home. So this shop, which I spent over a year happily working in, and that Amy's been in for nearly 2 years now,
2 years,
is no longer. So what are your plans?
we're going to close on the 30th of September. And we have to hand the keys back on the 4th or 5th of October because that would have been 2 years then.
Yeah.
So that'll give us 4 or 5 days to clear it out properly. As for what we're going to do after that, I've not really thought about it yet.
You spent some time living in a warehouse again. Because your house was a warehouse before you filled the place up here, wasn't it? I remember it.
And I also start my my course again in October. So
Oh, because how did you sort of knock that on hold for a bit?
I had to. I couldn't do that.
I'm not surprised. You can't. No.
So my masters starts again in October. And it would be nice to give that the attention it deserves. And needs.
And need, yeah, because you can't run a business full time and do a degree. It's just a master's degree. It's not compatible.
And I didn't do very well trying to.
You did it, yeah. I know you gave it your best shot, but I mean, there's only so much even you can do. Absolutely. And believe you me, there's not much this lady can't do, but that's one of them.
Give it a go.
So September, the end of September, and we were talking earlier on. There may be another event like this, just kind of a final hurrah, just while you can and doing it.
Yeah, that depends. I'll gauge how much interest there is, but also because I mean be just after schools have gone back or lots of people are busy in the summer holidays.
Failing that, it's bring a bottle on the last day here. We'll just do a party.
But as for the Sustainable Street event, Parish Council were involved a bit and helped me organise some of this. They've said if there is a demand for it, if there's enough people that would like it, we can do it as an annual event and close off the high street for it.
Oh, now you could do that and do a master's degree.
Quite possibly.
Oh, now that's something, because that puts the street on the map from a sustainability point of view as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was hoping.
That'd be interesting.
I might be wrong. I know there's lots of different eco events that go on in Somerset because I've attended a few.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a sustainability show where you could go along and, I mean, today we had Sunlit Solar who did solar panels.
But what a guy. Yeah, well, and did you notice he had all his tools hanging off his belt? He was ready to go and put some solar panels up. Ready, Eddie.
But there are lots of others
Mm.
that do that kind of thing. It'd be nice to have more people here that did that as well. So if you wanted to do something sustainability, you could choose something.
Well, thank you, Amy. We are going to come back because while Amy was talking, she doesn't know this yet, but I've decided what we're going to do is we're going to come back before she closes. And so Amy can tell us about the 2 years here, what she's learned, what's been like running a shop, and just tell us about her experiences, because setting up a shop like this isn't really that easy and it takes a lot of work. So it'd be interesting to hear her experiences over the last 2 years. But Amy, for now, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of today's video. I hope you've enjoyed visiting the Sustainability Street here, seeing the amazing stalls and meeting the people that are doing all this work. I think it's fantastic. And the wonderful Amy is just an absolute tornado on legs. I mean, she does loads of stuff. But as you heard, even Amy can't do everything. So it's been fantastic. We'll miss this place when it's gone, but hopefully we will be back again before it goes. But for now, thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Don't know where it's going to be yet, but be there.